asking me questions, you should try my odours. I also have less expensive samples for new guests. A good bartender sees and hears everything that happens in his club, and he knows how to keep his guests' secrets. If you want to blow your mind with your own stuff, you can do that too, for all I care. And since you're thirsty, cheers. A good bartender sees and hears everything that happens in his club, and he knows how to keep his guests' secrets.
Welcome to the Kesnar Clinic, precious living patient. Medic Illochim Sanatorium for Bacterial Diseases would like to provide you with the best, most affordable, and fastest possible therapy.
You will first be scanned for possible illnesses. Then a biotoxic plasmogram will be made and your general state of health checked using a permoscopic Sanguisan level.
But first, you will have to undergo a solvency check. We accept kroners, unith units, Ater dollars, Magrulans, and of course, Eldro RAM credits. Which would you like to pay with?
With my Eldro RAM credit.
You're welcome. Please stand behind the metograph for your check.
Just a completely safe spray-on disinfectant. This eliminates all superficial germs, pathogens, and possible parasites. After all, we don't want you infecting anyone else.
In the meantime, we've received the results from your examination, and I have to say, we don't get that here very often. You're completely healthy. Perhaps a slightly increased level of the stress hormones adrenaline alpha-3, sterazone, and testosterone, but all within the harmless ranges.
It's best if you just rest a little and put your legs up. Sometimes a relaxation odor can help you to calm down again, too.
We hope you have a nice and healthy day.
It looks as though I'll only be admitted to Torgent if I'm really sick, but I'm immune to the infections due to the cell activator. Yet not, unfortunately, to the dry air here.
Can I offer you another odor?
If I want them to let me in to see the R in the clinic, I suppose I have no choice other than to poison myself. The cell activator will take a while to metabolize the poison. So let's just see how dangerous these odors are for me.
Okay, for starters, I recommend Illumination over Lazurius 2, a gentle odor particularly suitable for beginners. Coming up.
I just saw Abdil in the clinic. He's really ill. Well, why does that fool have to wander around the lower levels all the time? Certain death awaits him there. He almost didn't make it back last time.
He says he wasn't by himself.
Of course not. That whole shady mob is prowling around down there.
He met Mad Hamilton. He was getting ready for a pretty long descent. Said he wanted to finally get to the bottom of things.
Now you're into all that too? It's all nothing but conspiracy theories. I mean, you know yourself how things work. That nonsense about there being someone pulling the strings.
Okay, your odour's ready. This is the inhalation bowl. Don't inhale too deeply the first time. Cheers.
Let's see what happens. Wow, that was really nice, but I feel anything but ill. And if I do that too often, I might even forget why I came here in the first place. The first one definitely did leave an impression, but it certainly didn't poison me. It's very possible that the second one will knock my socks off. I don't know whether that'll get me any closer to the clinic's emergency room, but I've got to try.
I see you've acquired a taste for it. Then try the Krypton Star Ride. It's a bit stronger, but you'll enjoy it. I'll have it ready for you in a moment.
Even you don't believe that.
But you must admit that you haven't resolved all the facts yet. How often have you seen one of them?
I do admit that the guys up there are quite conspicuously absent.
Then who else controls all this here? The city, the mines, the workers, the shops, the credits, and the distribution of water and shade. The spreading and treatment of the disease. Someone, or something, must have ultimate control over this whole quarantine zone.
That may very well be, but that doesn't mean it has to be a hacker who reigns over the entire Arcanite network.
Here you go. Krypton Star Ride. I hope you have a nice trip.
Well, I don't really need to experience that a second time, but let's see what effect this one has. Oh, what was that? Man, my head is throbbing. What a ride. These odors sure make you lightheaded. But I've forgotten what I was looking for here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And what would you like this time? Drapanian Shepherd's Fun? Nah, that's only for wimps. A pan-galactic thunder rattle. It's ready.
Well then, let's start the fun. You're the medic Torgen, aren't you? Getting to see you wasn't easy.
I can see, of course, that you're not who you pretend to be. This is not uncommon in Elmo data, but in your case I have to wonder about your rash behavior.
You know who I am?
The implanted cell activator in your shoulder was hard to overlook in my scans. I was just about to take a closer look at it when you woke up. You should rest a little more until your body has calmed down. The laceration on the back of your head has healed, but that cocktail of drugs you took wasn't exactly schoolboy stuff.
How long was I out?
Don't worry, only 25 Zentitontas have elapsed since you passed out at the bar. You were lucky that the bar owner's an honest character. Rest a little bit longer until the effects of the drugs have worn off.
Our medics are excited about anything that looks like an unresearched organism. Torgent, I have here the only preserved remains of an Illochim, or Yiladzimii, as the Arcanites call them. I would certainly be prepared to entrust them to you for your research purposes.
That would be a rather rare organism. But how do I know you're not going to palm a possum cow bone off on me?
You would have recognized that ages ago. And you have the guarantee of the Regent of the League of Free Terrans. How about it? Do we have a deal?
What do you want for it?
Answers, information, and the truth for once.
I'm just a medic. What do I know?
What's on the lower levels?
The illness, death, and decay. Nothing that would interest you, Regent.
But if I really wanted to go there, wouldn't I need an anti-serum to protect myself from the illness?
Regent, if we had something like that, then we could lift the quarantine.
You've had it for ages, I know you guys. So the Illochim bone no longer seems to interest you.
It's very difficult to make. The costs exceed that which one usually...
Give it to me, I'll pay for it.
I need to go and get it.
Hey, stranger. Do you have a cigarette, perhaps?
No, I stopped smoking a long time ago.
Never mind. It causes cancer anyway. I'm Ulban Krems. And you? What are you doing here?
Laszlo Dekonu. I'm looking for Cato de Trumort. He has...
Whatever. If you're looking for him, then you've lost already. Here they call him Skorgon, the Invisible One. If you have questions, you should talk quietly and make it quick. They see and hear everything, and it will be no laughing matter when the Aura comes back. I don't know anything at all about Cato personally. He's very powerful here, but there are far more potent forces.
What kind of forces? Who controls this planet?
Whoever controls the flow of Sheed probably has the most power on this dying moon. No one knows exactly who that is, but there are some who claim it's an omnipotent hacker called Quaterbat.
And the Arcanite government?
Them? The Divine Empire gets paid to look the other way. They just make sure that no one outside of this degenerate eyesore finds out what really goes on here. Quaterbat is a legend. I have no idea whether or not he really exists. They say he was a former scientist forced by Aris to do experiments on the prisoners, but no one's seen him since the catastrophe in the quarters. There are rumors circulating among us fortune hunters and among the junkies that he has a laboratory deep in the bowels of the mines, where he continues to research the secrets of immortality, stuff like that. In truth, no one here knows anything. Where did you get that? That isn't being traded anymore. No longer worth it. There's a far more valuable commodity here now, and it's called life. Oh, these pains are unbearable. I hope I didn't get the anti-serum too late. It feels like I'm burning up from the inside. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Please, my head's spinning. Just give me a break. For a moment. Yuck. That's corrosive stuff. In the truest sense of the word. If you mix it with twice as much liquid, you get a pretty effective acid. But you can only find it outside the city now, because the junkies are so keen on killing themselves with it. Hamilton isn't mad. Anyone who's been frequenting the lower levels for such a long time must have a crystal clear mind. He's a guru for us fortune hunters, a teacher. I learned everything I know about surviving down here from him.
I heard that he's looking for something deep down in the mines.
He looks for all kinds of stuff down there. He sells most of it at Igarsha's, and they know each other well. But I think he's also got a deal with the Aris, although I don't exactly know how it works.
But that can't be the reason for putting himself in danger all the time.
Between you and me, Hamilton is one of those who are convinced that Quaterbat is the actual ruler of Gom Calidus. He's been looking for him ever since.
What are the lower levels?
Elmo Dater is one gigantic mine. No one really knows how big it is or how far down it reaches. There's no light anymore after the 23rd level. Certain death awaits you there. That's why they're also called the Black Levels.
Let's say I wanted to go to the Black Levels. How would I get